They told you the pyramids were tombs. That is the first lie. Not because there were never bodies placed in stone. Humans do what humans do. But because the pyramid was never designed for the body alone. It was designed for field, for resonance, for the invisible architecture that your ancestors called spirit, your modern tongue calls nervous system, and your future self will simply call alignment. If you're hearing this, something in you is already leaning toward the door. Because there is a difference between curiosity and readiness. Curiosity is a tourist with a camera. Readiness is a pilgrim with shaking hands who still steps forward. And the pyramids, especially the geometry behind them, were not built to impress tourists. They were built as vibrational instruments, stone prayers, frequency chambers, a technology so precise it survives even when the civilization that made it is dust. In old Egyptian stories, Thoth was not a god in the way modern minds imagine. He was a keeper of measures, a translator between worlds, a scribe who didn't merely record reality, he coded it. And the code wasn't only carved into tablets, it was carved into angles, into proportion, into the strange, relentless truth that geometry is not decoration, geometry is law. A straight line is a decision, a triangle is a force, a pyramid is a sentence spoken by a civilization that understood something we have forgotten, that consciousness is not only in the brain, it is also in the shape of attention, the posture of breath, the silent arrangement of inner space. This is what you're about to learn, not as theory, but as an experience you can perform. But listen carefully, sacred geometry is not a party trick. It is not manifestation aesthetic. It is not a cute pattern you print on a shirt. When geometry touches the human field, it can reorganize you. And if you do it incorrectly, if you chase sensation, if you force the mind, if you try to win at spirituality, you can trigger the oldest trap of all, inflation, the feeling of power without the stability to hold it, the illusion that you've become chosen, when in fact you've simply become louder inside. So before we enter the code, you need prerequisites, simple but non-negotiable. Humility, not self-hatred, but the willingness to be rearranged. Nervous system safety. If you are in panic, sleep-deprived, or unstable, you do not push deeper, you soothe first. One ritual rule. You do not do this to impress anyone. You do this to become honest with your own frequency. Tonight, you will build a pyramid, not of stone, but of attention. You will locate 3 points inside your body. You will breathe in a pattern older than language. You will sing a tone that is not a magic spell, but a tuning fork. And if you do it correctly, even once, just once, you may notice something quiet and irreversible. The part of you that used to drift begins to stand. The part of you that used to chase begins to listen. The part of you that used to fear begins to align. If you're ready, enter with one promise. You will move slowly and you will remain kind to your own mind. Because the pyramid does not demand belief, it only demands precision. This is the hidden truth. The pyramid is not a monument. It is a frequency shape that trains your energy field to become coherent. I still remember the first time I understood a pyramid without reading a single book. It wasn't in Egypt. It wasn't in a museum. It was in my own chest, late at night, when my thoughts were swarming like insects around a lamp. I was exhausted from seeking answers, seeking signs, seeking proof that something invisible was real. And then I did something stupidly simple. I drew a triangle on paper. Just 3 lines. The room didn't change. The air didn't sparkle. No angels sang. But inside my awareness, something clicked. Because the triangle is the oldest stabilizer known to human perception. Every civilization that knew how to build temples knew this. A square holds space. A circle holds eternity. But the triangle, especially the upward triangle, is the first time energy stops wandering and begins to rise. Now, multiply that triangle into 3 dimensions. A pyramid is a triangle that learned how to breathe. Here is what modern science circles around without saying out loud. Systems become powerful when they become coherent. Lasers are coherent light. Your heart becomes stable when its rhythm becomes coherent. Your mind becomes clear when attention stops fragmenting. The pyramid is a coherence engine. Not because the stones are magic, but because geometry is instruction. It teaches chaos how to organize itself. And your energy field, call it aura, call it biofield, call it electromagnetic patterning, call it nervous system regulation, responds to instruction the way water responds to a container. You have felt this before, even if you never named it. Have you ever walked into a cathedral and suddenly whispered, even though no one asked you to? Have you ever entered a mountain valley and felt your thoughts become smaller? Have you ever stood near a person who was calm and noticed your own breathing slow down? That is resonance. That is field entrainment. The pyramid is architecture that entrains the human being into alignment. But here's the part people get wrong, and I'm going to say it in a way that might offend modern spiritual culture. If you chase pyramid power like a drug, you will become unstable, because power without grounding becomes performance, and performance becomes a prison. The ancient builders knew this. That's why the pyramid was never advertised. It wasn't a theme park. It was a threshold. You didn't enter it because you were bored. You entered it because you were being trained. So, let's begin the training in the safest place possible, right where you are. The first practice, building the inner pyramid. Sit comfortably, not perfectly, comfortably. Now, without forcing, do this. Place one hand lightly on the center of your chest. Place the other hand lightly on your lower belly, 2 fingers below the navel. Let your jaw relax as if you're about to fall asleep. Now, locate 3 points. The base point, lower belly, below the navel. The heart point, center of chest. And the apex point, the space between your eyebrows, third eye area, not by squeezing, but by noticing. These are not chakras you must believe in. These are attention coordinates. Now, breathe 7 slow breaths, and with each inhale, imagine you are gathering scattered parts of yourself into the base point. With each exhale, imagine the base point becoming heavier, like a stone settling into the earth. 7 breaths. Not dramatic, not theatrical, just steady. When you reach the 7th exhale, pause for 1 second. Now imagine a line, soft light, simple awareness rising from the base point to the heart point. Don't visualize like an artist, visualize like a person remembering a direction. Now the second line rising from the heart point to the apex point. Now the third line from the apex point back down to the base point, completing the triangle. If your mind wanders, good, that's the training. Gently return. What you might feel. Some people feel nothing, and that is not failure. Some feel warmth in the chest. Some feel a subtle pressure in the forehead. Some feel emotion rise for no reason. Here is the warning.
the mind will try to make a story. It will say, "This is fake," or "This is everything," or "I'm special." All three are traps. The pyramid does not make you special, it makes you coherent. And coherence feels like quiet power, like a river that stops thrashing and starts flowing. If you did this once, truly once, your field has already received the first instruction. And yes, just doing it once can begin a chain reaction that continues while you sleep. If you're ready to go deeper, comment below, "I have activated the inner pyramid." Not to impress anyone, only to lock your intention into the collective field.
This is the core truth. Thoth's code is not a secret sentence. It is a triad of measures that protects you from illusion while you awaken. Let me be blunt. If someone tells you the pyramids were built by aliens because humans couldn't do it, they are not expanding your mind, they are comforting your disbelief. The ancient world was filled with geniuses, and Thoth, whether you see him as deity, archetype, or historical memory, represents the genius of measurement, the ability to bind the invisible to the visible without corrupting it. But the moment you touch sacred geometry, a danger appears. Your imagination becomes hungry. You start wanting fireworks. You start wanting proof. You start wanting to feel powerful. And that desire is the very thing that distorts the field. So the tradition encoded safeguards 3 measures. I call them Thoth's code because that's what it feels like. An intelligence that refuses to let you lie to yourself. Measure 1. Silence before meaning. Most people want meaning first. They want interpretation. They want a spiritual TED Talk inside their head. But the pyramid teaches the opposite. Silence first. Here's how you practice it. Sit again. Build the inner pyramid triangle. Base to heart to apex to base. Then stop adding images. Now listen to the space between thoughts, not the thoughts, the space. You may discover something unsettling. Your mind is addicted to commentary. It narrates everything because it is afraid of raw presence. This is a mental trap, the narrator trap. The narrator will say, "Nothing is happening," because it cannot stand quiet without control. Your job is not to fight it. Your job is to let it talk while you remain the stone chamber behind it. Do this for 33 seconds. Just 33. That's all. 33 seconds of refusing to decorate the moment with meaning. This is one of the oldest initiatory disciplines in Egypt, India, Tibet, different languages, same test. Can you be present without story? If yes, geometry begins to work on you cleanly. If no, geometry becomes fuel for fantasy. Measure 2. Proportion over force. Modern spirituality often treats the body like an obstacle, the mind like a tool, and the soul like a prize. The old way treated you like an instrument, and instruments are tuned through proportion, not violence. So here is the second trap, the force trap. People squeeze the third eye, they clench the breath, they push energy upward like trying to force smoke through a straw. That can create headaches, anxiety, dissociation, sleep disturbance, classic signs of an overstimulated nervous system. Thoth's code says, if it requires force, it is not alignment. Try this instead. Inhale gently for a count of 4. Hold for a count of 2. Soft hold, no strain. Exhale for a count of 6. Do that 7 times while holding awareness at the base point. This ratio is not arbitrary. Longer exhale signals safety. Safety allows coherence. Then build the triangle. Notice the difference.
Force feels like trying to break a door. Proportion feels like the door unlocking itself. Measure 3. Truth over sensation. Now comes the harshest measure because it ruins people's favorite spiritual addiction. The pyramid does not promise sensation, it promises alignment. And alignment sometimes feels ordinary, clean, unexciting, which is exactly why the ego rejects it. Here is the sensation trap. If you measure your progress by tingles, visions, chills, you'll start chasing phenomena instead of transformation. And phenomena are cheap. Transformation costs you your old identity. So Thoth's code says, measure by truth. Ask yourself after the practice, am I a little less reactive? Did I speak with more honesty today? Did I feel a quiet strength that didn't need applause? If yes, the code is working. If no, you are collecting glitter. The second practice, the 3-point vow. This is where the code becomes personal. Build the inner pyramid again. Then speak, out loud if possible, softly if not, this vow once. I choose coherence over chaos. I choose silence over performance. I choose truth over sensation. Say it slowly, and after each line, breathe once. You are not begging the universe, you are instructing your field. And if you do it correctly even once, you will notice something in the next 24 hours. You will catch yourself before you spiral. You will pause before you lie. You'll feel the moment your energy wants to fragment, and you'll remember the triangle. That is the code activating. If you feel it, comment, "The code has begun." Not as a slogan, like a seal. This is the experiential key. You will use breath, tone, and an inner geometry posture to tune your energy field like a pyramid chamber. Some nights I hesitate before teaching this part, not because it's dangerous like a weapon, dangerous like a mirror. Because when the field aligns, you begin to hear yourself, not your personality voice, the deeper one. And many people claim they want that until it answers. So here is your warning, clean and cold. If you are using this right to escape reality, stop now. If you are using it to control someone else, stop now. If you are using it to become more spiritual than others, stop now. This right is for alignment. Alignment reveals what you've been avoiding. Now, if you're still here, good. That means the part of you that is tired of pretending has taken the wheel. The geometry posture. Sit upright, but not rigid. Imagine your spine is the central axis of a pyramid, stable, not stiff. Chin slightly tucked, tongue relaxed against the roof of the mouth lightly, not pressed. Shoulders soft, hands resting on thighs, palms down, grounding, or palms up, receptive. Choose one and keep it consistent. This is not aesthetics, this is circuitry. Now build the inner pyramid points again. Base below navel, heart, apex between brows. The breath, 7 + 1. Breathe in this sequence. 7 breaths in the 4-2-6 rhythm. Inhale 4, hold 2, exhale 6. Then 1 breath with no count, natural, like a sigh of relief. That last breath is important. It prevents the mind from turning practice into a prison. The tone, the chamber note. Now comes the vibrational technology. You will hum, not sing, not shout. Hum a single tone on the exhale. Choose one simple sound. Closed mouth hum. Why? because it vibrates the skull and chest without straining the throat. It's safe, it's ancient, it's effective. Here's how. Inhale normally. On the exhale, hum gently for 10 to 15 seconds. Not louder than comfort. The goal is resonance, not volume. Do this 3 times. As you hum, focus your awareness at the heart point. Let the vibration wash through the chest like warm water through cloth. Then, after the 3rd hum, become silent. Now hold awareness at the apex point, but do not squeeze. Imagine the forehead as a window. You are looking through it, not punching it. Stay for 33 seconds. This is the part where people lie. They pretend they're seeing visions. They exaggerate. They perform even when no one is watching. Don't. The pyramid doesn't reward performance. It rewards honesty. What the alignment feels like. If it's working, you might notice your breath becomes quieter. Your thoughts slow down without force. Your body feels heavier, but your awareness feels clearer. You might feel emotion rise, grief, relief, tenderness. That's not a side effect, that's a release of incoherence. Now, possible side effects if done incorrectly. Head pressure, usually from forcing the apex point. Remedy, return attention to base. Lengthen exhales, stop the tone. Anxiety spike, usually from trying to make something happen. Remedy, soften posture, open eyes, look around the room, reorient to safety. Dissociation or floaty feeling, usually from neglecting the base point. Remedy, place palms down, feel feet, imagine weight in the lower belly. This is not superstition, it's nervous system intelligence. The seal, the inner pyramid lock. To finish, do this. Place attention in the base point. Whisper one word on the exhale. Stable. Then place attention at the heart point. Whisper, clear. Then place attention at the apex point. Whisper, true. One breath between each. This is a seal, a closure. It tells your field the chamber is complete. And yes, if you perform this right every once, you may notice changes for days. You'll feel less attracted to chaos. You'll notice lies faster, yours and others. You might sleep deeper or dream more intensely because alignment reorganizes the subconscious. If you did it, comment, "I have aligned." Let your words become a stone in the collective pyramid, one more point of coherence in a loud world.
This is the final truth. The real guardians of the pyramid are not monsters. They are psychological thresholds that test whether you can live aligned without becoming obsessed. People love the fantasy version of initiation, the glowing chambers, the secret societies, the dramatic trials. But the real trial happens afterward, when you return to ordinary life with an extraordinary coherence inside you. Because alignment changes what you can tolerate. The old timeline tries to pull you back, not through evil, through habit, through your phone, through your old arguments, through the identity that was built around fragmentation. And this is where the guardians appear, not outside you, inside. Guardian 1, the prophet trap. After you feel the lines, you may feel certain, too certain. You may want to announce, to preach, to correct everyone. You may feel disgust for sleeping people. That is not awakening. That is inflation wearing a robe. The pyramid doesn't make you superior, it makes you responsible. If you notice the prophet trap, do this immediately. Return to the base point. Exhale long. Ask, where am I still afraid? Inflation is always hiding fear.
Guardian 2, the obsession trap. Alignment can feel so clean that you start chasing it compulsively. You do the right 10 times a day. You stop living. You stop laughing. You become a monk against your will. That is imbalance. The pyramid is a tool, not a cage. So here's the rule of return. Practice once per day for 7 days, not more. Let the field integrate. Let life test it gently. If you practice more because you're anxious, you're using ritual as avoidance. Guardian 3, the doubt spiral. Then comes the opposite swing. A day will arrive when you feel nothing, and the mind will say, "It stopped working." This is where most people quit right before stabilization. Coherence is not always dramatic. Sometimes it becomes so natural you mistake it for nothing. That is a sign of integration. So when the doubt spiral appears, do not debate with it. Do one simple act. Build the inner pyramid triangle for 1 minute in silence. No tone, no vow, no performance, just geometry in attention. That's enough to remind the system. The final practice, the pyramid walk. This is how you bring the chamber into your life. Tomorrow, when you walk, even for 60 seconds, do this. Feel the base point with each step. Feel the heart point like a lantern. Feel the apex point like a quiet star. Do not stare, do not strain. Just remember the 3 points as you move. The ancient initiates didn't carry pyramids in their pockets, they carried pyramids in their posture. And once your field learns this, you'll start noticing a subtle miracle. Your decisions get cleaner. You stop bargaining with your own knowing. You don't need as many signs. You become the sign. Closing the rite. Place one hand on your chest. Breathe once, slowly, and say, softly, this final phrase, "I return aligned." If you feel the truth of that, comment, "The journey has begun," or "I have activated the code." Because the comment is not just engagement, it's a ritual of resonance, a way of saying, "I'm here, I'm participating, I'm adding coherence to the collective field." And if you want to keep walking with this current, if you want more rites, more hidden techniques, more ancient codes translated into practices you can actually do, then join this community the way initiates always joined a lineage, not with blind belief, with consistent presence. You can subscribe not as a follow, but as a seal, like the moment a student steps into a temple and says, "I will return, I will practice, I will protect the knowledge by living it." Like the video if it helped your field settle. Share it with the one person whose mind is loud and whose soul is tired. And leave your confirmation in the comments so the pyramid becomes bigger than any of us, stone by stone, breath by breath, point by point.